Hey family, this is Monica. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope y'all can see me and hear me good. I'm trying to hobo in a crack at the house this morning before I start work. But there's so much stuff going on that I want to tell y'all about because things are moving very quickly. And I just feel in my spirit that this is going to be a time of transition. So I have a long list of things that I want to talk to y'all about, and it's going to be off the cuff, impromptu. So forgive me if I do not provide sources. Everything that I'm reading to you, I found on the internet, so you can find it too. All right, good talk. Mhm. Okay, so I've been extremely busy. I've been trying to work on my gardening, do more container gardening in case I have to pick up and move. So I've been very strategic in making sure I buy lots of plastic bins while they were on sale at Lowe's. I've been working, so I haven't had the time to complete a lot of the tasks that I started, but I'm being thoughtful. Restocking seeds. I have chickens. I'll tell you my chicken stories real quickly. Um, Started off with 9 chickens, let my chickens out. After they got about 2 weeks, I put them outside in the coop that I had for about 2 years. They did really well. Then I started letting them out in free range. So that was so cool. They would go out and they would eat, find worms, whatever, eat ants, eat bugs, just do natural free range and stuff, eat grass. Like, so it was helping me with my feed bill. Not that I had a whole big feed bill because when I first got the chicks, I also got a big bag of feed. So fast forward, chicks were doing great. Chickens probably were about 2 months old, halfway to about being ready to um, start laying. And then my neighbor in the next door had three like boxer pit bull pups. They came up to about my knee, and I'm about 5'6". They came and killed 5 of my chickens. One was a rooster. So I was very upset. And one of the chickens that survived was injured. I like literally had to fight the dog to get the chicken out his mouth, but he made it. So the people next door, they're Israelites. Were like, well, we can't really do anything with the dogs. We're gonna get rid of them. We're sorry. So I had to go collect my chickens, and so now I'm starting over. So I have 6 more chicks, but I'm gonna get some more this week because I can see the writing on the wall when it comes to food. So I'm gonna try to get as many chicks as I can, get them raised up big so that I have plenty of chickens and also have some, you know, birds to eat if I need to. And I'm also in the process of getting the machine that takes the feathers off the chicken and a comb so I can, you know, process the chicken. But I'm just being very methodical about what I do right now, how I spend my time. So that's why I haven't really been making a whole lot of videos because I know the time that we have together, especially on the internet with the changes in ID verification, um, it's coming to a close. So we're gonna have to really buckle down and just understand it's the time to make decisions is almost upon us. So also if you watched the video that I sent you maybe a day or two ago, I don't know if I sent y'all that because I just watched it last night. So I'll have to forward it to you. But it's about America's food shortage. And because of trade wars and because of the migration issue and the policies allegedly that's going to send illegal entrance back across the border, farmers now are complaining about they don't have the money to the not the money the farm hands or farm workers to get the food. So as fall comes in, when it's harvesting time, they're saying they don't have enough food to supply the food supply. So it's really important that y'all either get to the store, make sure y'all get canned goods, get whatever you can get. The prices are increasing daily, and it's really becoming unaffordable to even buy food to put back. The food that you could get 2, 3 years ago, you're getting a whole lot less today for the same amount of, for more money. So, shrinkflation, in addition to inflation, tariffs being passed on to us, it's a cataclysm of a lot of things getting ready to happen. So, I've been stocking up on seeds, looking at my seeds, the things that I eat, um, making sure I have a lot of heirloom seeds, non-GMO seeds, even things that I buy from the grocery store. If it has a seed in it, I've been saving it and putting it in a on a napkin, letting it dry out, and just saving it, praying that it'll grow if things get really bad. And for the last couple of years, I have been working on growing food, and this is the reason why, because I could see all these different things coming, thanks to the Most High, giving me this ability to see forth, so I foretell, I guess, what I can see coming, and it's not gonna be pretty. So I'm not gonna belabor this because I got a list of stuff that we need to talk about, and I'm just gonna give you my thoughts. And please feel free to leave your feedback. I really, really, really appreciate it. I miss y'all. I'm so grateful for y'all. Y'all have really kept me going and inspired, because I'm in this just around a bunch of dead people. Now I will say I got one person to do container gardens, and I'll go to the grocery store. He'll come pick me up. We go to the grocery store. I go in and get the buckets. I come home. I take my power tool, drill a hole in it. We split the dirt, and we do everything that we can to try to grow as much food as we can. And both of us are just being mindful of what time it is. So anything that we can get to run, late summer items like squash, zucchini, watermelon, pumpkins, whatever type of green corn. We just experiment. Whatever we could try, we're going to try, because we don't want to be caught off guard if grocery stores are commandeered, or if there's a shortage, or if you can't go any place. At least you have a kitchen garden. That's what they used to call it during the Depression, and I think World War II. I don't know if it's World War I, World War II. But anyway, kitchen gardens are the thing to have. So try to be kitchen garden focused. Buy herbs. Make sure you plant onions, garlic, those types of things if you can. It doesn't matter what amount of space you have, start somewhere. If you don't have money to like buy buckets and things, go to the grocery stores in your area, ask for the buckets from the bakery, because they have icing and stuff in those buckets. And then the deli, sometimes they have cold foods that they take in and out of buckets that they purchase. Get those things. Go outside, go someplace and find you some dirt. Get you a rake, get you some free dirt, clean, and a shovel. Start somewhere, anywhere. You don't have to have money, but you do have to have time, and you do have to have some critical thinking skills on where you can go to get you some good dirt for free. If there's an empty lot in the city and it looks, like it's overgrown, but you could take a shovel and scooch the grass and, brush and get you some good rich dirt, do that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's free. You're a taxpayer. Get it while you can. The day is coming where people are going to find out that they don't have any food, and everything's going to cut off at one time. This morning I got up, my power went off. Went off briefly, but it went off. But no matter what happens, I'm prepared. I can feed my animals. I can feed myself. I can, I have a method to see. It's not hot, so I'm okay. I have a solar fan. I'm just prepared. I have water. I have fewer things than I had previously because I have been working with people who've been taken from me, and not anybody, not strangers, people that I trusted, including the child. So, in all your things that you get, you also need to take into consideration you might take some L's from people that you know. So you should always, be prepared to lose some of your stuff and lose people as things ramp up. So anyway, let me shut up. All right. First thing I want to talk about is the Genius Act, and this is the final piece of the beast system. So if you don't know what the Genius Act is, it basically set up a framework and legalized stable coins. Everybody was talking about Bitcoin, 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 and y'all remember I told y'all they're gonna create a pathway for the meme coins and stable coins. Well, they did that. So now that's in place. It doesn't matter if it's called Bitcoin or Boo Boo Coin or Welch's Grape Juice Coin. At the end of the day, they're all gonna do the same thing. It's going to be a centralized method of currency to track you and to stop you. So it's going to be programmable. So just be prepared for that. Um, I recommend, divesting from as much stuff as you can and start taking your assets out of the bank because things are getting bad. The dollar is being dumped as we speak. It was dumped over the weekend. China just basically got rid of most of our treasuries, so we hold our own debt. So we have to pay the people that we owe, and we can't do that. So you're gonna get a whole bunch of distractions, which is what's happening now. And I apologize for the noise in the background. It's the train, between the train, the birds, and the dogs. A lot of stuff going on. So anyway, the Genius Act is here. The no buy no sell system is in place. That's basically what that means. Look up the Genius Act. It's everywhere. Read it well. Go back and look at my old playlist on YouTube, and I think it's under digitalization. I don't know if I put a tag on it, but there are a lot of videos that I've done about cryptocurrency, blockchain, technology, etc., etc. So if you don't really understand what's happening, those videos hopefully will find you. Well, find them while you can, because probably very soon everything is going to go down and everything is going to change. All right, so the next thing, earthquakes and volcanoes. Do y'all see the whole planet is on fire, literally, underneath the ground? So prophecy is unfolding as we speak, and you all need to be prepared for natural disasters. They are not telling us about what's coming. If you sit still long enough, you could feel the earth shaking. And I've been saying it for a long time. Like, I just feel something. Sometimes you hear random sounds like explosions, where like the earth is moving, the place or shifting, or whatever. I live in a part of the country that hasn't had an earthquake in a very long time. So when things do start happening, things are going to happen very quickly, and you need to be prepared to take care of yourself and survive on your own. So things are ramping up in space, things are ramping up on the planet, and I really think it's a cover, all these different events that are happening in the country. They are a just a mask for what's really getting ready to happen. So we're looking at mass casualty events from natural disasters, but they are also going to be the catalyst that the WEF uses for their national climate emergencies or global climate emergencies. So a lot of national emergencies are coming up, and we need to be ready for those, because you're not going to be able to move. Whatever you have, you're going to have. And then, with this digitalization, folks are going to be knowing stuff. So it's getting ready to be a crazy, wild time. Just make sure you are prepared. We talked about what you need to do. Go back and look at some of my old content. If you're new here, welcome. But I just don't have time to go back over the same stuff. It's late in the hour, and I'm tired. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm tired. Um, the truth about the migrant crisis coming to a brown continent. So, the real migrant issue coming is that the snow people are going to start moving everywhere because one, they have the resources and they have the protection, the complexion for the protection. So as the West declines financially, spiritually, and physically, they're going to be looking for places to go. And so, really, they're trying to say that they're going to restart these places, these white nations are going to try to rebuild themselves, but they're not going to be able to. The Most High is not going to allow them to because their time is up. So we're going to have to deal with an influx of them being around us. And so it's going to be, y'all need to be very careful. You need to be mindful of who's sharing news with us and use your critical thinking skills. If where you are is falling apart, if nobody wants to share resources with you, your people are going to die off. So you're going to save a select few, the ones that you deem okay, and the rest will perish. So there's no need to look for them to help us because they can't help themselves. If they could help themselves, they wouldn't even be in this predicament. But they can't, and they're going to be the real migrant crisis. But they're going to say it's us. You know, the black and brown people on the planet are the majority of people on the planet. But they rule everything, and God is shifting. Most High is shifting the way, the order of how the earth is ruled because the earth is tired, the earth is sick, the earth is not well, and they're not going to make it well. So this is the decline of the Gentile rule, and it's going to be ugly because we are joined to them right now. So just be mindful of the conversations, anything to do with migrants, and stay out of it. Just stay out of it because it is a psyop. That's just my 2 cents. All right. Um, Epstein, Epstein and Trump. It's a burger, but it's also a nothing burger. What I'm gonna tell y'all about this, that I have my spirit, I've got my tinfoil hat on. This is what is going to get this man put out of office. He is in deep trouble with folks, and he has to do what they say as the leader of the free world, or they're going to release his tea. A lot of people stand to be implicated in this. So it's not a liberal or conservative thing. It is a moral issue. And as a part of the judgment for Babylon, it is the world is going to see what kind of leaders we have, not just here but all over the world. So this list and this information that has been collected, it is leverage to hold over the heads of leaders. So if they don't do what they're told, they're going to be exposed. This is why J.D. Vance was selected as vice president. So my theory is somewhere probably within the next year or so, we will have a new president. This president will be forced to resign or something else will happen and we will have a new president. So expect a transition in power, basically is what I'm saying. I don't know when, I'm not giving a timeline, but I can see it clearly. Expect a transition in power. This information is going to come out. It's going to be horrific. It's going to be disgusting, but it's a representation of Babylon, mystery Babylon, Sodom and Gomorrah, That's what it's a representation of. And we have the leaders that this nation deserves, because we are not, well, yeah, this nation is a Christian nation. If you know anything about Christianity, that's what they do. So it's not a Torah led nation. It's not uh, um, a nation that believes in the Most High, that or keeps the law, statutes, and commandments, or tries to. So we are going to be judged. So it's very careful. You need to be very careful and mindful in this hour to repent, be set apart, live set apart, keep the faith, and keep your head down. Keep doing what you got to do. All right. Food prices skyrocketing, scarcity due to weather and migrant issue. We already talked about that. Food scarcity is going to continue to be a problem. It's only going to get worse. So again, go buy seeds, um, order seeds online, do what you got to do, because once the door closes, it won't be opening back up. We will be ensnared, and whatever you have, you will have. Whoever has the things that people need will be the king of their communities. Whoever has the resources, especially if you're living in a rural area, you have leverage, you can barter. Those who don't have anything will be forced to go to the FEMA camps or will be collected. You won't have any, you won't have any leverage to protect yourself. So just make sure that you are being forward thinking at this time when it comes to food. Continue to, put back. Continue to watch food prices. Continue to buy things that you can use in a pinch, but also consider we may not have access to clean water. So you want to also make sure you can purchase things that are ready to eat meals, or that require little water, or that you have enough water. If you've been putting back water, if you have a way to purify water, if you have a spring or something that you can get water from, you know, uh, think that way. And then if you can collect water from outside when it rains, which I'm deathly afraid of now, how do you purify it? How do you cleanse it from parasites or whatever they're putting into this water? Um, so it's just a really scary time. Make sure you got your parasite medicine. Deworm yourself often. Just saying. All right. Celebrity deaths. Forget about it. Um, the WHO pandemic treaty is almost finalized. Last week I was very sick. I don't know what I picked up. I don't know if I picked up something from the community. I only went one place. I'm not really around people. Or if there's something airborne. Because one day it rained and it was a bunch of little parasites on the ground. I don't know. It was in the garden. And so I don't know. Oh, also in mosquitoes. Genetically modified mosquitoes have been out here biting me. And one a couple of weeks, I was just getting bitten like crazy all over my legs and places. And then I got sick. So I don't know what's going on, but something is going around. So be mindful. I had fever for like 3-4 days. Got up to like 103, and I didn't have an appetite. But I wasn't, like I said, I was able to overcome it because I was fasting. All I did was just push liquids because there is no cure for it, and take vitamins. I had some back pain. Other than that, I was fine. But I was really sick last week. Probably for about 4 days, I was out of it, and I still don't really have an appetite, but I feel a whole lot better. So that's why my eyes are dark. So just make sure you are taking care of yourself and just be mindful. We getting hit with everything. When I tell you the everything but kitchen sink, they throwing it at us. So you're gonna have to endure to the end. It ain't no game, but I'm about that. Okay. Next thing, keep an eye on the VP. And his connections to Peter Thiel. So if you know about Plantier, that's Peter Thiel's baby, and Code 45 gave him a bunch of money to build these data centers, and he's already been collecting information. All these tech kings have been working together to collect all this data on us so that they can put us in this no buy no sale system. And when they get ready to take it down and put it back up, in order for us to bank, shop, whatever, use the internet, we're going to have to comply with their rules. So this is why this vice president was selected, and this is why in my opinion, I believe a transition of power is coming very soon. I told y'all when they picked him, we need to keep an eye on him. He's the connection to the no buy no sale system in the Vatican and Mystery Babylon, giving the power to the beast. So that's my disclaimer. That's my opinion. I might be wrong, but that's what I think. So anyway, be ready for a transition of power. Keep an eye on JD Vance, what he does, what he says, what he doesn't say, and then keep an eye on Peter Thiel. All right. Keep an eye on the Pope speaking about peace. He's been speaking about the Ukraine situation and the Israel-Gaza situation. I think this is huge. Peace and safety, then sudden destruction. I think this is that time. So I think we need to really be mindful of who this man truly is, and the signs. Just read scripture. That part. Elon Musk and third party, EU third party trickery as well. So here we go with the third party thing. Third political party here in America, in Europe. Everybody's like now trying to pacify. The devil is really playing both sides. And you can see it clearly once you step back out of it. But if you're still in it and you're thinking, oh, these leaders we got to find the right leader. No, we in judgment. You're going to get the leader that you deserve because you're disobedient. You're putting your trust in these people instead of the Most High. You're living the way that they want you to live instead of the way the Most High wants you to live. So once you start living for the Most High, living set apart, you can see so much better. So, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, these third party tactics are coming up. They did the same thing with Andrew Yang when he was talking about universal basic income. He introduced universal basic income when he was running. And now here we are again with billionaires, same billionaires talking about universal basic income again. They've been planting the seeds for a very long time. And now we are at the point where we can you can see what was happening. So do not be fooled by any tech king or any private corporate person talking about starting a third party. These people are all working together to steal your power and to basically, in your energy and your hope and your faith, to make you rely on them like they're your savior. They're trying to be God. They're also the people that are destroying the planet and stealing from us. So just make sure you're not getting caught up in any of that third party. Oh yeah, Musky boy gonna save us. Then ain't nobody gonna save you but the Most High. This place done. Done. Do you hear me? Stick a fork in it. All right. The Vine reboot. Now, my comment about the Vine reboot is social media retardation. So I'm not a big social media person. I barely use Facebook. Like I can go months and don't use it at all. I turn it off on my phone so it doesn't track me. Or at least I think I did. But Elon Musk says he's going to bring back the Vine. Why with all these things in the world going on, do we need something else to distract us here in America and around the globe? And it is because they want you to stay distracted so you won't see your destruction. So do not sign up for any new social media. As a matter of fact, you should be winding social media usage down, deleting your apps. Eventually, you're gonna have to get a dumb phone. Um, I mean, I'm just keeping it real. The love of the internet and social media is going to be the thing that gets people to comply with the no buy no sell system. Now, I'm not saying we're gonna have to. We can't go into it at first. We're really already in it, but the Sunday law piece is also already on the table. So um, once you start seeing the Sunday law discussion, you will understand that time is running out for us. Excuse me, that's my refrigerator. All right, internet laws. So one of my viewers, thank you, viewer. I can't remember your name right off bat, but sent me a message basically saying that the ID law is coming to the U.S. for internet usage for children. We talked about this. I want to say maybe last year, maybe the year before last, how they were doing these pilots in a couple of states, requiring parents to show their ID so that their children could use their tablets and like YouTube and stuff. So we are here. A non-human AI is going to determine if you're human. Do that make any sense to y'all? It don't make none to me, but that's what's happening. So a lot of people are going to fall for it because people are stupid. So in order to use social media is the babysitter for a lot of parents now, and it is also a companion for a lot of adults. So we toast, we're toast, and that's why I said social media retardation. People are getting dumber and dumber by the day. They have access to more information, but they choose to use their time for entertainment. So, don't be fooled by what's coming. Today, it's the children, but if you have a youthful face, or if the AI says, "Well, we think you are an adult." I mean, a child, so you gotta show your ID. What are you gonna do? I'm just not gonna use that thing. Just not. Um, with that, also, I want you to recognize that banks are consolidating. The big banks are creating new branches in states so that they can prepare for the transition, the digital transition. So all this stuff is tied together. First, it's going to be social media, but the end game is to control your banking, and they're going to require you to show who you are, prove who you are digitally, either using biometrics, using data that they've already collected from our phones, pictures, social media, that pics that we've posted, and even data from workplace photos. If you've ever been to jail or prison, they can use those. So they have a large array of data already stored to verify who we are, and it's not going to be difficult for them, but it's just the point of you have to prove yourself to a computer in order to verify who you are. So I'm telling you, these people are so wicked, it just ain't even funny. But you know it's kind of humorous if you think about it. It's stupid. Not humorous like funny, like humorous stupid. Like, why do I have to prove myself to a computer? You got to train a computer to lord over me. Mm-mm. No, sir. Um, there is a national push to criminalize homelessness, and this is my very last story. So I am looking at a story right now. It's on Fox 5 in Washington, D.C. It says 450 federal officers deployed across D.C. on Saturday as the mayor speaks out. So let me see. Hopefully I didn't pause my video. Okay, I didn't. All right. So um, federal officers have taken over D.C. basically, and this is in preparation for this. This is the cataclysm that I see coming. We got this big storm coming, big hurricane that's gonna go someplace here in the South between Florida and North Carolina, and it's gonna be a big storm. It's gonna be a strong storm. It's gonna cause a lot of damage. So probably by Thursday or Friday they'll be able to tell us something. But in the meantime, prepare. if you're in these states. Even if you're not in these states, still prepare, because these storms are probably going to come back to back strong. Usually when you have a quiet early hurricane season, the end of it goes out like a knife. And a lot of stuff is going on in the planet, spiritually, in addition to physically, with the shifting of the plates. A lot of things happening, so you should just be prepared. So it says hundreds of federal officers took to the streets of Washington, D.C. on Saturday night, the second day of President Donald Trump's plan to drive down violent crime in the country's capital. So what you need to know is they have the Metro Transit Police, Amtrak Police, Capitol Police, Metro Police, Homeland Security of investigations, Federal Protective Service, Enforcement and Removal Operations, DEA, Federal Bureau of Investigation, ATF, U.S. Marshals, U.S. State Attorney's Office, Department of Interior, Pre-Trial Service Agency, Court Services and Offender Supervision Agency, United States Secret Service, United States Secret Service Uniform Division, Federal Bureau of Investigation, which is FBI, and the United States Marshal Service. I don't want to say they said the United States Marshal Service one time. Yeah, they did. It's just on here twice. So it says officials have yet to release any arrest information for Saturday, but stated that Friday night saw multiple arrests, including carrying a pistol without a license, a fugitive from Maryland driving on a suspended license, and dirt bike riding in the park. 3 guns, 1 being stolen, were also seized on Friday. What they're saying: D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser, who had been silent on the issue, made first comment Sunday morning on MSNBC's The Weekend. The mayor stated that she has repeatedly spoken with President Trump about crime in D.C., explaining that federal law enforcement is always on the street in D.C. and we always work cooperatively together. When discussing arrests made by federal officers this weekend, Bowser said it sounded like a typical MPD rundown of arrests I review on a daily basis. This is what I know. We are not experiencing a crime spike, she said. So it says, according to DC police, violent crime for 2025 is currently down significantly from 2024, as data shows a 26% drop overall. So anyway, what I want y'all to understand is that these